Hey everybody. So some of you guys may know that I don't usually use an iPhone. I prefer an Android. But every now and then I switch to an iPhone because I'm a big fan of the Apple Watch. I just like having something on my wrist that I can check the time easily and also respond to WhatsApp messages. That's something that's very useful to me. Oh, and also check notifications because I get a lot of emails throughout the day. But because I like to use an Android, I've tried to find an Android alternative such as the Samsung Gear Watch and Huawei Watch GT, and none of those watches have been that good. The Samsung watch is a little bit too bulky. The Huawei watch, I couldn't really respond to notifications on time. So that's why I'm very happy to be testing this. This is the TicWatch Pro 4G. So as the name implies, it actually supports 4G LTE. Now, unfortunately, I've been told that right now it's rolling out only in the US via Verizon. So in Hong Kong right now, I can't really test the 4G functionality. But if you're in the US, you should be able to get this from Verizon pretty easily. So this watch is better than other Android smartwatches in a couple of ways. So one is that it actually has two displays. So you see right now, this is a kind of transparent display that saves a lot of battery. It's just a black and white monochrome display, but if you tap on the screen or swipe on it actually, then it actually lights up to get the real smartwatch display. So having two screens is good because you don't always need to have, a full-on color display and see everything that's happening. You just need to check the time really quick. You just need to glance at your wrist, and this black and white screen really saves a lot of battery. And then likewise, if you want to access real smartwatch stuff, just swipe on it, the real screen lights up, and then from here it's a very clean swipe interface, so that you swipe to the left and the right edge to go through your different health apps, calendar, weather, all that. You swipe down from the top to go into settings, and right here you can change the volume, vibration, airplane mode, all that, and you swipe up from the bottom to go into notifications. So I like the notifications here because not only do I get Gmail, WhatsApp, WeChat, all that, I can actually respond to WhatsApp messages too, and you can do so via voice dictation, which is a little bit slow but okay, or a mini keyboard that you peg away on the screen. The screen's 1.3 inches, so it's a little bit tough to type, but it's fine if you need to just respond really short messages. And email, at least when I get Gmails, I like that I can tap into the Gmail and then I can see the first 2 or 3 paragraphs. So that really helps me a lot of times when I get a work email as I'm out and about. I can just preview the email really quick without needing to pull out my phone or pull out my laptop just to see exactly what it's about, because we get a lot of emails nowadays and not all of them are useful. Okay, so if you follow smartwatches, you already know about the specs of the TicWatch Pro, but I'll just go through it again really quick. So this runs on Snapdragon 2100, which is a pretty dated chipset. It's like 2.5 years old now, but it's still enough to handle all the stuff that I need to do on this watch. It definitely keeps track of time and sends me notifications on time. And new to the TicWatch Pro 4G this year, it's an active health tracking. It has a heart rate sensor that proactively tracks my heart rate. And I find that it's quite accurate, or at least as accurate as the Apple Watch. And the Apple Watch, I believe, is quite accurate. And it also automatically detects my workout. So if I run for a little bit, within a minute it will know that I'm running and ask me if I want to track that workout. So that's pretty useful. These are all things that other Android smartwatches such as the Samsung Gear Watch just do not do well at all. So even though I still think the Apple Watch is much more intuitive and has a much better app ecosystem, I really like what TicWatch has done here. Wear OS, it's a little bit bare bones. There's not much apps in the app ecosystem, but it has all the essentials that I need. And then on top of that, you have to download a secondary software from Mobvoi, which is the parent company of this TicWatch brand. And that app, it's okay. It helps you pair the watch and it helps you set up your health data too. So you see that there are 2 buttons right here. So the top button, you press this button to cycle through all the different apps. So as you can see, you don't have a lot of apps, but you get all the crucial: flashlight, Google Pay, Google Fit, alarm clock, all that. And you press on the bottom right button to begin workout. And I've took this to the gym already, and tracking seems to be pretty accurate. And I believe you long press on this to bring up Google Assistant. You can also activate Google Assistant by just saying, "Hey Google, what's the temperature in Tokyo right now?"
The temperature in Tokyo right now now is 79 degrees Fahrenheit.
So not bad. Again, the Apple Watch does a little better because the Apple Watch, you can just bring your watch up to your mouth and speak to it and it will automatically trigger Siri. So this isn't that smart. So if I bring it up, it doesn't do anything. And I find that Hey Google doesn't always work all the time too. In fact, you need the screen to be on before Hey Google will work. But you know, these are minor nitpicks because Wear OS is not that good of software, and these are some of the limitations. So this watch is a little bit thick at 12.5 millimeters, but it's not too bad. It still looks pretty stylish in my opinion. I wore this with a long sleeve shirt the other day. It didn't look too out of place, although the sleeve couldn't really fit over the watch. So in terms of battery life, I find that if you actually use this watch like a smartwatch, meaning with this color screen on, battery life, it's barely a day. So basically, if you leave it, unplug it, fully charged, you might make it through the end of the day with still battery life left, but sometimes it'll die before the end of the day. But the good news is when the main smartwatch function dies, this black and white screen still stays on. So you can still use this as a dumb watch, so to speak. It will still keep track of time and your steps. Now, according to TicWatch, this black and white screen will last for 30 days, like 1 whole month. I haven't tested it long enough yet, but it definitely, just the main smartwatch feature will last you an entire day. But you will need to charge this every single night. And unfortunately, charging is done via a proprietary magnetic pin charger. That sucks. I wish you can charge via USB-C or even micro USB, because if you use a proprietary charger, that means you have to take that with you everywhere you go. And if you lose that charger, you can't use a smartwatch anymore unless you buy another charger from TicWatch. Okay, so that's about it for the TicWatch Pro 4G. It goes on sale in the US starting sometime this week for about $300. That's the suggested retail price. I believe there's an early bird price right now for $280. I'll have the link in the description below. So this price I wish is a little bit lower, but I also think it's worth it because this is probably, in my opinion, the best Android smartwatch right now. It covers all the bases that I need, and really it seems to be the only viable alternative to the Apple Watch for me. There are a couple of features I haven't mentioned too. So this thing's water resistant, IP68 water resistant, so you can take it swimming. And also, there are settings you can make, such as raise to wake, and it works very well. And overall, I think 4G LTE connectivity is important because you can take this running and without your phone, and you'll still be able to get messages or listen to music and all that. So in NFC, so you can do Google Pay. So I think if you're on the market for a good smartwatch for Android, the TicWatch Pro 4G might be worth a look. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.